Hey, so I know I'm always talking to you guys about seeing CIDP in a more positive light. So what I did is I just went ahead and it only took me like 5 minutes because I'm always thinking of how CIDP has been really more of a positive thing than a negative thing in my life. It took about 5 minutes, made a whole list of all the positives CIDP has brought me, and I mean if you can just like change like all the negative emotions and feelings you have about CIDP to like positive ones, like just see all the positives that CIDP has brought to you, then that's a game changer. It's huge. And so yeah, I guess I'll just get right into it. These are all the positives that I've found from getting CIDP. One, I've realized that I have really great friends because no one abandoned me when I got CIDP. Like all my friends, like over the summer, that was when I was at my worst. They were still like inviting me over. Like I was going to pool parties and stuff with my friends. I was still like hanging out with them. Go to movies or something. Like I'd still have my friends over. Because I could still swim, which is pretty cool. Like, cause I could just like mainly like use my arms. Um, and So I mean, like, none of my friends abandoned me. They're all there for me all the time. And then like the community was just they're there for me too, actually, because like there's so many of my like people I didn't even know like came to my benefit, and they not only helped me out financially, but everyone was just like so helpful in the community. It was just baffling how helpful people were, and like how much good is in the world. And okay, my other one is I got a different perspective, and I really learned to appreciate things more. Not just my legs either, like because they basically got taken from me, and I was a runner, so as you can see, I even have running posters in here. Like, who has running posters? um, yeah, so like I appreciated other things like other than just my legs. Like I appreciated that I had food in the fridge. I appreciated that I had family and friends that love me and care for me, a community that cared for me. I appreciate that America may not be the perfect country. It definitely has its flaws, but I'm not living in Africa or like some other like war-torn continent or something like that. That's so it's so positive, I think. And then like I have a roof over my head. Like there's so many things. I can read. I have access to the internet. Like how can you be thinking negative thoughts when you realize all those things that you have? You have so much more than you really think you do. And then also relearning how to walk really taught me what hard work was, because I thought I knew what hard work was, and apparently I didn't. So stemming off of that, learning what hard work was, I definitely got a higher GPA, because like before CIDP, I just sort of going through school like the typical American, like partying on the weekends and stuff. Like I wasn't failing any classes. I was doing pretty decent, but I definitely could have done better. And now I am doing a lot better. I went from like a 2.7 GPA to like a 3.9 the next semester. Like it's just from here to here. Like, and then along with that, I got the ambition to add kinesiology as a major. So before I was just an exercise physiology major. Now I'm an exercise physiology major with a kinesiology. So it's a dual major. And pretty soon I'm hoping to add a coaching minor. And I probably wouldn't have thought of even doing that if I didn't get CIDP, because I thought I was already working hard enough, but now I'm studying so much more and getting so much better grades because of that. Another positive thing is I've gotten closer to my family, just basically because like I was at home for a whole year instead of being at school. I was at home one semester, just didn't really do anything. I just coaching, playing Xbox, like that's it really. And then the next semester I was doing online school, and that's where my GPA really went up, partially because I didn't have any distractions or anything. Like my friends weren't like coming over, like I wasn't like hanging out with them until like midnight or something. But it's also just because I relearned what hard work is. So I got closer to my family basically because I was at home, and I especially got closer to my mom because like she went to infusions with me. I mean, my dad went to infusions with me. Sometimes my sister would, but my mom, I went with her most of the time. She also started reading more books about autoimmune diseases, and like we would just talk about that. And like me and her both got interested in diet. Like we both really like went full force into like tackling CIDP, because we weren't just gonna like let it take me over. Like we're gonna take this down. That was our attitude. And then so along with that, like another positive is I completely revamped my health. Like once I get back into running, I feel like I'll be such a better runner just because I'm eating so many more fruits and vegetables. Like I thought, I was eating enough, and then I actually remember one time when I had already initially started revamping my diet and stuff like that, and then I was talking to my mom about, like, eating more fruits and vegetables, and she was like, I think the only way you could ever eat more fruits and vegetables is if you just stayed up more during the day. And I have eaten so many more fruits and vegetables like each day, just because, like, before I was like, that was just part of my diet, and now fruits and vegetables are pretty much that's almost all I eat now. So I think that's just kind of funny. All right, another positive thing is I've met some really amazing people in my infusions. I've really talked to a lot of cool people, whether nurses or patients. My physical therapist that I have she's really cool. I love her, and I've never met her without getting CIDP. So I met, like, everyone at the physical therapy place I go to, which everyone there is awesome. I really love it there. I'm kind of gonna miss it when I have to go. And my massage therapist, I met her. She's really great. I helped her change her diet too, like, for the better. She's basically on my diet now, along with me and my mom. Sucked her into our evil fruit and vegetable web. So another positive is, if college is supposed to be the greatest years of your life, like, I'm really dragging it out. I'm gonna have the greatest years of my life for a long time. Because I took the year off from college, and I only took 12 credits when I was doing online school. And then the semester I came back, I only did like 13 credits, because I needed a lot of time walking in between classes, so I didn't even have time to sign up for more classes. And I'm just like, after getting CIDP, you really just learn to slow things down and just appreciate them, like, partially because you have to slow them down because you can't keep up with quick things. I mean, now I can sort of, but it's just sort of spilled over the rest of my life. Just slow down and take things one thing at a time. So that's what I'm doing with life really now. Let's see, one of my other positives that I have here is I helped change other people's lives and inspired others, whether it's like through Facebook or YouTube or just even in person. Like, through Facebook, I've given advice to other people who have CIDP. This YouTube channel, I think is, like, it's really fulfilling, helping other people. And then just, like, in person, like, I've helped inspire other people, like, basically eat more fruits and vegetables and do your physical therapy. And other people, like, have come up to me and just said, like, not even like anything specific, like, just like, you just, like, your positive attitude, like, this whole time, like, through this whole thing that could be such a terrible ordeal, like, you made it into a positive. And, like, how are you smiling this whole time, like, when it could be such a negative in your life. And, like, that's inspired other people to, like, be more positive. And, like, you guys can do that too. Like, if you're happy and smiling while you're in a wheelchair, people will be like, wow, I'm on my legs and I think that I had a bad day. And then I look at them and they're smiling. How are they so happy when they don't even have, like, something so basic? And then they're really, you can help out other people more than you really think you can, just with a positive attitude. Okay, another positive I have is I do better on my anatomy tests, because I know more about the nervous system, and I do better on my nutrition tests because I've completely just revamped my health. So that's definitely a plus, since that has to do with my majors. And I think I really found my passion in life, which is basically just helping others, whether, like, mainly, like, through health. Like, if other people go vegan, you help yourself, you help the planet because it's more sustainable, and you're helping animals because you're not killing them, and they're not going through any torture and stuff like that. And you're also supporting, hopefully most of the time. I mean, I like to buy organic when I can. It's not always possible, but if you're supporting farming with plants, or especially organic plants, that's awesome. Because every dollar you spend goes to a certain cause. You're either supporting animal farming, or you're supporting plant farming, or organic plant farming, which I think is the best. Let's see. I care even less about materials. I never was, like, a really huge spender or anything before. Like, I was always pretty good about saving money. But I care even less now. Like, the main stores that I go to get clothes are probably Goodwill, Thrifty Shopper, Volunteers of America. Like, these are all, like, secondhand stores. Like, I bought here, I can show you guys. Actually, yeah, I bought these pajama pants at Goodwill like last week for $2. So I'm a real big spender. um, let's see. I learned how to bargain at the farmer's market. My mom told me to say that one. I don't know, that's cool. I mean, I get so much better deals on fruit and stuff. Like if you go to the farmer's market, you'll know that like you don't just take like the first price. You'll say how much for this case. They may say like $15, and you're like $14. I'm like, all right, so you save money. Let's see. Oh, I got pretty good at Photoshop because I was I just like on the couch most of the time, and so like. That's another thing. Like I used to be a pretty active person. Like I used to go biking with my friends, like for fun, and like go for runs and go like just go out and be active. And then that summer I couldn't really do much other than I'd go swim with my friends, and that was about the only active thing I could do. Yeah. So I got pretty good at sedentary things like Xbox and Photoshop. I mean I didn't really do anything real serious with Photoshop. I just basically took my friends' heads and put them on animals and made my friends like invisible in pictures, or like made a waterfall come out of a TV in pictures, and like it was fun, I thought. And I mean I could definitely use that later in life, like when I need to make like a flyer or something. Everybody needs to make cards or flyers or something at some point. Like it's already been helpful for me like in school with projects and stuff. And my last positive that I have in here, I probably have so many more positives, but I just made this in like 5 minutes. And I realized that like no matter when I make this video, after I make it, I'm probably gonna think of so many more positives I could have said. So this last one I have is I have a really badass story now. And like my college essay was, you're supposed to write about something like life changing or something like that, and I had nothing life changing in my life. Like it was such a boring life. Like I like my life, but it was just, I guess when I say boring, it's like nothing dramatic happened. Like I had a good life. I still have a good life. I mean, but like I have good friends and family and stuff, and I really enjoy my life. But like nothing interesting, I guess, happened. Like I just had a very basic high school career. I had like no drama at all, and then I went to college, pretty much the same thing. Enjoyed it a lot, but I had nothing really cool to write about. And now CIDP is such a badass story. Like, oh, you were in a wheelchair and had to relearn how to walk. Like, how many like 19 or 20-year-olds can like say that they've done that? Like, I don't know. I definitely have a more badass story, because like the story that I wrote about for my college essay was switching from lacrosse to track and then my spring sports. Like that does not matter. Like I realized when I was writing, I was like, wow, I have nothing interesting to write about. And now I do. And yeah, I mean, basically you just got to see CIDP is you're writing your badass story right now. You're either going to be a badass in your story, you're going to be the hero, or you're just going to be that mopey person that like everyone just had to help out. Well, I mean, I accepted help, and like it's good to accept help. So I don't mean that in the wrong way. But like just don't be mopey. You gotta spin it until you win it. Like just be positive. CIDP can really be a positive. I mean, I just made this list in like 5 minutes. I could think of so many more positive things, if I took more time. But it's already been over 13 minutes for this video, and I'm assuming you guys probably don't want a longer video, so I'll just end it here. But just take your time and just maybe write down all the positives that you can think of, and you could probably come up with more than I did. Maybe post them down below, make a video response or something. And if you like this, obviously I have more videos on my channel, so check those out. And then I also have a Facebook group called Battling CIDP, just like the YouTube channel. And yeah, I post things on there all the time. So alright, I hope this is helpful, and I hope you guys can find so many more positive things about CIDP. So I'll see you later.